If you're training, eating better, and still not losing fat, this video is probably the missing piece. And you might say, Josh, what is the missing piece? It's walking, right? And I get it. It doesn't feel impressive. You can't brag about it like high rocks. No one claps for you after doing 12,000 steps. But here is the truth. Walking is the most smartest, most reliable, most sustainable tool to getting from 15 to 10% body fat, right? And if you're someone that's lifting weights, you're working long hours, you don't have that much time, you gotta start walking.
Now, it's certainly helped me stay lean for years and all year round, okay? Not all year round, okay? December, you know, it's a bit of a write-off, you know, it's Christmas and all that, and who's trying to be lean in December. But for the other 11 months, it's been an absolute game changer for me. And it's been an absolute game changer for my clients who've been able to lose anything from 10 all the way to 30 kg. And more importantly, keep the weight off. I wanna spend, I guess, this video talking through the importance of walking and why it's kind of that underrated habit that is stopping a lot of you guys achieving your full potential, especially in the context of fat loss.
Listen, most people think walking is just for beginners and nice to have. Or some of you do when you're trying to be healthy. Some people even say walking is not exercise. It's a lie. Walking is exercise, okay? But walking is not just exercise. It's one of those things that allows you to burn more calories, reduces hunger, improves your recovery, lowers your stress level, doesn't drain you of your willpower, okay? And actually fits into your real life. When I look at guys who are able to get from 20% body fat, plateau, and get beyond that and get to 10% body fat and turn it round, I'll be real with you, it's not necessarily another diet, it's not another intense workout, it's not more suffering, it's just walking. Let me explain why this is so powerful. Most men think fat loss is eat less, move more. If only, right? Your body adapts when you lose weight. It doesn't like being lighter. So what happens is, when you start to drop fat and your body's holding less fat, because it doesn't like to hold less fat, you get low energy, you get worse sleep, your hunger increases, your lifts drop, you get more cravings, and your mental sharpness starts to drop a little, right? And let's be honest, any man who's ever tried to get leaner than 20% has experienced this, right? And this is why most men drop calories too low, lose muscle, binge, get stuck, or simply just give up. Now, here's why walking is the key to success. Because walking supports the exact systems that usually break down during this fat loss phase, especially when you start to get leaner. Let me show you two real world examples. So we've got Ken and we've got Chris. Now they're AI examples, but stick with me here, right? Both of them are 200 pounds and both of them are 24% body fat and both of them are trying to get to 10% body fat by their next holiday. Now here's the difference. Ken walks for 3,000 steps a day, but Chris does 10,000 steps a day. Both of them lift weights 3 times a week. And both of them are motivated, but their journey could not be any different. Let me explain. Ken maintains his weight at, let's say, 2,500 calories. Chris, on the other hand, maintains his weight at 3,000 calories. Why? Because he's moving. That alone, my friend, is a game changer. Now, when they both drop 500 calories to start losing weight and dropping fat, shall I say, Ken now eats at 2,000 calories, but Chris can eat at 2,500 calories. So same deficit, same goal, but complete different experience already. Now phases. Phase 1, 25% to 20% body fat. The first 15 pounds come off easily for both of them, right? Energy is good, hunger is manageable, they both feel strong, they're both seeing progress. Now this phase is where most guys think, yeah, I've got it. But the real test begins in phase 2, right? Now phase 2, 20% to 15% body fat. Now this is where Ken hits a wall, right? His weight stops dropping, he gets frustrated. He does what most guys do, he basically starts eating like a baby, drops his calories from 2,000 calories to 1,800 calories. He adds cardio, he starts to get weaker in the gym, okay? And he starts to binge, eat like a thief, he starts slipping up. This is what the body does when it starts to get stressed and underfed. Now Chris doesn't hit the same wall. Instead of starving himself, he just increases his steps from 10,000 to 12,000 steps. Drops his calories slightly, so it goes from 2,500 to 2,400. He keeps lifting weights, still eating that occasionally, still sleeping 7 to 9 hours. His system is calm and it's sustainable. He's not relying on willpower. 2-0, Chris. Phase 3, okay? Phase 3 is the big one, right? This is when Ken breaks, done, party done, finished, right? He's maybe stuck between 16 to 80% body fat for weeks. He loses a bit of fat, regains it, loses it, regains it, loses it, regains it. You know the cycle, that's probably been you, right? He thinks he's got a problem. He thinks 10% isn't realistic. He thinks it's his genetics. He starts blaming his metabolism. Meanwhile, his age mate Chris, he's still close to his goal. He's motivated. He's seeing changes weekly. He has energy. His training feels good. He's recovering well. This is the power of walking, right? It just makes it easier and it makes everything better and more sustainable. Walking is king because it lets you eat more and still lose fat. And who doesn't want to be able to eat more and still lose fat, right? Which would then obviously reduce your cravings, your binges, your need to want to emotional eat. It's a win, right? Walking also lowers stress, high anger, low stress, more control. Walking also improves your sleep. And if you're improving your sleep, you obviously improve your appetite, your cravings, your decision making, and your overall recovery. Everyone is happy. And walking fits into your real life, let's be real, right? This is why it works for busy fathers, executives, entrepreneurs, you know, people like myself, right? Well, I'm not quite a father yet, but you get the point, right? People don't have that much time, right? You don't want to have to disappear for 2 hours to do cardio, all right? You can get a walking pad, you can have it at home in the office, which is where I'm filming this video from right now. Oh.
Now, walking for me, honestly, it hasn't just been a game changer in terms of obviously trying to get lean, but just in terms of just having some time to yourself and mental clarity and just an opportunity to think about, you know, business, life, work. I'm not afraid to admit I'm quite a lonely person, but one of the things that I do enjoy is when I'm walking, it does give me an opportunity to let off steam. It gives you an opportunity to come up with new ideas, content ideas. Have walking as something that you do on a regular basis. Have walking as a time to yourself to reset, to refresh, because it's definitely been, I was gonna say a game changer, but almost somewhat life changing for me, especially in recent years where things have been a bit more challenging as far as my work and my personal life is concerned.
Most men want the fancy plan, the complicated solution, the extreme level discipline. And listen, discipline is important. But the truth is, if you want to get lean and stay lean for decades, walking is the only superpower you need. And I've been preaching on about it across this entire video. But why? Why is it only superpower? Let's summarize. It's simple, it's sustainable, it's scalable, and it works for the busiest people alive. If you're trying to get from 20 to 15% body fat or 15 to 10% body fat without suffering, if you're tired of starting over and over again, if you want to feel sharper, you want to feel calmer, you want to feel stronger, and you just want to come up with your next ideas, or you just need time to escape, then walking is what you need to be doing more of. That is a super key. And hopefully, if there's anything you take away from this video, is that walking is important. And I guess I'll see you on the next one.